In Hungary, it's 8 p.m. So we'll wait a bit till everybody joins. And we have some chats as well. I have to see. Best regards from Colombia. Woohoo! Wow, that's far. That's very far. Very nice. It's 1 p.m. in Colombia. Okay, it's 8 p.m. in Hungary. Wonderful. So I'm happy you are joining. So I don't know, is anybody going to cook with me tonight, or are you just going to watch and maybe prepare it to another time? Feel free to talk. Unmute yourself and talk to me. Very nice. Alfred Svobodnik. Where are you joining from, Alfred?
Well, I'm joining from Vienna.
From Vienna, aus Wien, unsere Schwager. Sehr schön.
Ja, genau.
Und die richtigen Paprikas hast du auch. Ich darf euch alle duzen, oder?
Ja, klar. Cool.
Sehr schön. Wunderbar. Sehr schön. Juan, where are you from? Where
I am from Colombia, actually. I'm in Bogota.
Oh, you are from Bogota.
Yes. Well, I'm from a small town called Popayan, but right now I'm in Bogota. So I'm going to watch this time. I'm looking forward to see it.
Very nice. Wonderful. Wonderful. So everybody is joining slowly but surely. That's very good. Zena Taremtula, hi. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining in.
Hi there. Thank you. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Canada, very nice. Toronto, very nice. How is the weather over there?
Oh, it's rainy, springy weather.
Obviously, it's raining everywhere.
Yeah.
April is kind of moody, I'd say, this year.
Yeah.
Okay, you're wonderful. So let me tell you a bit what we're going to do tonight so you can be prepared, and introduce myself as well. So you are all big travelers since you are on the same platform as I am, A Small World. And Small World asked me to show something to you from Hungarian cuisine. My name is Nelly from Delicious Travels, and from the name you can already hear, delicious, delicious. It's about food. I love to eat, I love to cook, I love to taste, I love to test. And we are going to cook Hungarian today. I am specialized on private tours, especially gastronomic tasting tours and online cooking experiences. And what I would like to cook with you today is a wonderful dish which vegans, vegetarians, and meat eaters can eat as well, because there is a version for everybody. We are going to use the typical Hungarian paprika. We call it paprika. So you see, we don't just call paprika the powder, paprika powder, but even the veggie as well. And it's a very fast dish. And even if you didn't find this kind of paprika, and you do it from California bell pepper or banana pepper would be a very similar thing, then it's gonna be a wonderful dish. It's gonna taste slightly different, but still doable and very nice. But we're gonna use the Hungarian paprika. And I would say, yes, I wanted to say it's a very fast dish. So anytime you feel like eating something warm, you can prepare it within 30 minutes with cutting and chopping and just cooking and sauteing it. So I don't know if there are any vegans or vegetarians in this group. Raise your hands, please. If not, we're all meat eaters, carnivores. All right, that's fine. Me too. And that's why we're going to use the Hungarian sausage. Let me open this up for you. And if you can't find it, you can find something similar. What is important though, that it should have paprika inside. It can be spicy or mild, that's on you, but it should be a dark one, so not these pale ones. You can some sausages are just pale. So again, I saw Alfred is gonna cook with me. I don't know, Zina, are you going to cook with me or watch? Okay, all right. What's that? That's a
Sausage.
That's non-pork.
Beef-based sausage.
all right. Now I can see it. First, I thought that's a muffin.
Yeah, well, it's kind of muffin. Right?
I know. All right, great, very nice, very nice. Okay, guys. So I don't know if anymore. Let me just check the chat. I'm going to watch vegan. Okay, C is vegan. Okay, what are suggestions to substitute for sausage? Well, you can substitute a sausage with either a vegan sausage or just leave it out completely, because even then you have a very nice dish. So don't worry about it. Even then it's going to taste very nice. I do it sometimes vegan, sometimes I just do it vegetarian, and a lot of times I do it meaty. So, well, everybody is ready? I hope so. All right. So what we are going to need is onions. We will need garlic. We will need, of course, the Hungarian, we call them TV pepper or TV paprika, and it doesn't have to do anything with the television. It just says in Hungarian, to be filled. So this is what we use for stuffed peppers as well, this kind of paprika. And of course, we're gonna need either nice fresh tomatoes, but you can also use the canned tomatoes. So everything is allowed. Then since I'm a meat eater, I'm gonna use some bacon. And I'm gonna use the sausage, which is already cut in thin slices. And for vegans, vegetarians, as I mentioned, use vegan sausages and just pimp it up with that. So let me see, let me just set it like this. And the good thing is it's a simple dish and you just need one pan for it. So not much dishwashing afterwards, in case someone doesn't have a dishwasher like I don't. I would say we're gonna start with peeling. Let me just put it this way. We're gonna start with peeling the onions. And I don't know if someone has some help. That's even better, because then that person can already pre-peel everything and help chopping as well. So just peel the onions first. We're gonna peel and cut first everything. And then it's very easy afterwards. So, any of you already been to Hungary before?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Debrecen,
Okay.
Papua, Debrecen.
Debrecen. Oh, look at you. Yeah.
Papua.
People don't really,
Papa.
no, again?
Papa.
Papa. Look at you.
Wherever Herend is.
Herend is north from the Lake Balaton.
Yeah, there. And Budapest, of course.
And you even pronounce it perfectly right. Very nice.
But the only country where I know is Kosovo.
Okay. Very nice. Did you like the Herend porcelain?
Yes, some of it from my grandmother.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's very traditional in Hungary. And this is what I thought when I was in my 20s as well and got it. Herend porcelain is a famous traditional Hungarian porcelain, worldwide well known. Even the British Queen has it in her castle. And a lot of rulers and kings and queens have it in their castles. And we in Hungary, we inherit it. So every family has Herend porcelain. And I was in my 20s when I first received it. And I wasn't that impressed because I thought, I'm not that old yet. How could this happen, Mom? Why am I getting this? And now I'm very happy about it because we use it, actually we use it quite often, definitely to family get-togethers or celebrations, but to normal, regular occasions as well. So it's nice. So peel the garlic as well, please. So, anyone else been to Hungary or Budapest?
I've been there very often. I'm traveling regularly to Budapest. We have some customers there, and it's
Yeah,
really easy to go from Vienna. It's
From
the direct
Vienna.
neighborhood, actually.
Exactly. It's about 2 hours. That's true.
Yeah.
So I would say, I don't know how big your onion is. You should have a big onion. I'd say 2 little cloves of garlic. And now we're starting to clean the pepper the way I do it. You see, I'm the lazy cook. I do everything as simple as possible. I think I rather enjoy eating, and I rather stay longer at the table than in the kitchen. Even all of my cooking experiences, my online cooking experiences, I do things as easy as possible. Sometimes I even rather use a scissor than a knife when cutting meat. What is important that you take out this part of the pepper. Yeah, so you have this kind of pieces afterwards. We keep collecting everything what we are going to chop. Take care of your fingers, of your hands. And the good thing is, this is just gonna be as I mentioned, a simple dish. What you can have with it when you dish it up is pickles. We in Hungary love pickles. So it's like, we're not very good at salad making. We eat it, but it's not our favorite. And but we're very good in pickling. So we pickle everything in Hungary what cannot run away, like cucumbers, of course, baby watermelons. We pickle cauliflower, cherry tomatoes, green tomatoes, apple tomatoes. We stuff it with cabbage. We even pickle these kind of peppers and stuff it with cabbage. And then when we have a meat dish, we just have some pickles with it. So with the lecsó, you can have pickles as well. And you can also have rice with it when you serve it. My favorite is though a slice of fresh sourdough bread, you know, with a nice crust and soft inside, and then you can just dip it and clean your plate at the end. That's the best thing for us. So yeah, let's see, I don't know for how many people you cook. I would say if you cook for 2 people, then use 1 big onion, 2 garlic cloves, 4 of the bell peppers, because it's gonna fall together. You can make a lot more because it's very nice the next day too. And if you want, you can even grill the next day either fish or tofu, or kind of a meat like pork medallions, and put the lecsó on top of it, and it makes it very, very tasty and nice. So how is everybody going with chopping? I talk too much, so I'm slower. That means, I guess, since you are here, you are all foodies and love to eat. I hope. So feel free to join in and talk to me. I'm happy about that, because then it feels more interactive for me too.
I've emptied it, but should I cut it into pieces? The peppers.
Not yet. We're still peeling. Are you already ready? You're fast.
No, it's 2 people.
Okay.
We have 2 people cutting.
Yeah, you are too fast. I could use one as well. 1 second, just rest as long. And then I'd say, go. So we'll start with the onion. Yeah, you cut the onion in halves and then you slice the onion. So this time, not I don't know if you joined me when I cooked the Hungarian goulash a couple of months ago. Then we had to chop the onions. This time we just slice the onions. Take care of your fingers. Take care of your nails. When I was little, we always cooked with my mom Sunday lunch. And she showed us how to hold your fingers, not to cut it or chop it. Especially if you make a vegan dish, it's nice if you don't have any fingers in it.
Taste.
So this is what we're doing. It's gonna be slices, nice slices like this. I keep collecting everything here in my pot, in my bowl. And I'm already thinking about how it's going to be when we serve it and what we're going to serve with it. And I mentioned you can serve it with rice or wonderful fresh bread. And what we drink with it. That's always a good question as well, because Hungarians love to eat. But Hungarians love to drink too. Alfred, you will know that.
Yeah.
As our neighbor. And of course, this is a dish, you can have it with a glass of white wine, you can have it with a glass of wonderful, refreshing rosé, and even a not too heavy red wine, but even with a glass of beer. So it goes everything perfectly well with Lecsó. So I don't know if you know, paprika sounds very Hungarian, right? It is actually very Hungarian, but I don't know if any of you knows where paprika originates from. No one? I mean, I'm happy to tell you, but I'm quite sure Juan might know something about it. But okay, I'll tell you. So paprika or pepper originates from Central America. And it was brought to Asia. And then the Ottoman Turks brought it in the Middle Ages to Hungary. And, you know, this was the big invasion of the Ottomans. And to be honest, we weren't happy about their presence. And because they stayed here for 150 years. But what we were very happy about is that they brought paprika into our country. And paprika those days used to be spicy. In the 1920s, around Szeged, they kind of, I don't know how you say it in English properly, they made the first non-spicy paprika. And this is when it started to spread around the world. But we already had it in the Middle Ages, the spicy version. And we were in Hungary, we just said, okay, we're not happy, dear Ottomans, that you are here, but we're very happy about paprika, that you brought us paprika, because that's us. We thought this is our soul, this is our heart. And we're still very proud of our paprika production, because we are one of the biggest paprika powder producers in the whole world. And I lived in 7 countries the past 26 years. And I always took my own paprika powder with me, because it's just, you buy it on the market in plastic bags, but it has a wonderful color, a wonderful aroma, and you have to store it in a dark storage glass or pot. And you shouldn't put it into the sun because it loses the color and the aroma as well. So that's paprika. Paprika is so valuable for us. Sorry, when you chopped your onions, I'm already chopping my garlic. paprika is so valuable for us that we even call it the red gold. And we make, beside paprika powder, we make a paste out of it. I even make my own paprika. This is a spicy one where I grate it, and with salt and a bit of oil, I preserve it. So this is just a spice what I pimp my food normally up with. And we make a paste out of it, which you can buy it this way. It says piros arany, which means red gold. So we compared it to gold because we just think it's just valuable, very valuable for us. So when you chop your garlic, you can add it to the onions, so everything can go in one bowl. That's a good thing. You don't need that much space. And then start with the pepper, with the paprika, and make slices. I show you, I make about this sizes of slices. So you can do it like this, and then you don't have to cut that much if you make a pile of them. The good thing is that this kind of paprika has a very thin skin, meaning that it's gonna get soft very fast. Is everybody getting on with chopping or slicing?
So let me ask you a question. Why is the paprika the best in Hungary? Why is it so good? I mean, it comes from Central America, and I always buy this one in Hungary. The one that you can get here in Austria from Cottony, it's just a Hungarian name, but it's an Austrian company, and it's not as good as the original one. Why is it that good? What's the secret?
I don't know. Actually, the secret is our soil. So we have a wonderful soil, and we have a lot of water here. Hungary used to be volcanic, so there are a lot of minerals in the ground as well. And because of the water which we have is full of minerals as well. I don't know if you know, Hungary is a country with the most thermal water wells. And these are not only thermal water, it's healing water because so many minerals are in it. And I think that's one of the reasons why the paprika, why the flavor, why the color. Of course, we have a lot of sunshine in Hungary as well. But I don't think we have more than Austria does. But we are a flat country. So we don't have that many mountains anymore, but a very good soil. And I think the combination of soil, sunny time, the minerals in the ground, good quality of water, that's the combination what makes it probably so good, I guess.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, and the nice thing, I remember we used to, when I went to school, and we used to have our school excursion always in the springtime. That was the first time when my mom got paprika. That was around April, May. And that was the first time because we always used to eat seasonal. And that was the first time when my mom bought paprika. And I was so happy when she made me my sandwiches, because we don't just cook with it, we eat it raw as well. So she made me a slice of bread, butter on it, cheese, and slice of paprika. And that was the best sandwich for me, and I still love it. It's just so simple, but it's just the tastiest thing for me still. So how is everybody getting on? I'm gonna be done very soon as well. So the only thing here, what needs a bit of time, but it's not even difficult, is slicing and chopping. Here we go. So, oh, it has such a scent. I love it. I just love it. So, And then we are going to use Hungarian cuisine. Well, first of all, Hungarian cuisine is not the lightest cuisine, but a very tasty cuisine. And this dish is not going to be heavy, but it's going to be a filling one. And if we have natural remedies in Hungary if we overeat ourselves or we have some difficulties with digestion. And that's the one I showed you last time. I don't know if anybody was there. It's the unicum. I knew, Alfred, you would know it.
Sure, I have it in my bar.
You have to. Everybody should try it once, I would say. It's a very nice story because it's a herbal liqueur containing 40 different digestive herbs. So we use it as a digestive after a heavy Hungarian meal, or in the morning when you wake up with some stomach issues, just have a shot. It cleans up your stomach completely. And the story behind it, it was 1790. We used to be one country with Austria and a few other places. It was the Austro-Hungarian monarchy. So the biggest empire those days in Europe. And the Austrian doctor, Dr. Zwack, was the doctor of the Austrian Emperor Joseph II. And he knew that the emperor had a lot of stomach issues. So he created from the essences of different digestive herbs a liqueur containing 5% alcohol. Today, we have 40% in it, just mentioning. And and he went to his Highness and said, Your Highness, please try it. And his Highness tried it and said, because in German, because he spoke German, Mr. Zwack, Dr. Zwack, das ist ein Unikum, meaning Dr. Zwack, this is unique. And this is why it got the name Unicum. And in the 1850s, it got patented and the company is still producing it. It's a family-owned company. And we deliver it, we export it everywhere in the whole world. I could even buy it in Southern California in special delicacy shops. And I have to say it polarizes. You either love it or you hate it, but it always helps. So I think I talk so much that everybody is already done with chopping. So what we do first, we use vegetable oil. I'm not using olive oil for Hungarian dishes because it just has a very strong flavor. What we use in Hungarian cuisine is goose lard, duck lard, pig fat, or if you want to be more healthy, I don't even know if it's more healthy because our ladies in the countryside live until they get 90, 9,500. So, but we use sunflower oil or canola oil because we produce it here in Hungary. So what you do, you get a big pan. So you cover the bottom up of it, not too thick though. And turn your heat on. So let me just like this. And then the first step, I guess C was the vegan one. You don't do the first step because this is what I'm going to use, the bacon. You leave the bacon out, everybody else who likes it, or I don't know, there is, I guess, meanwhile, vegan bacon as well. Of course, there is vegan bacon. Or if you don't like, for the meat eaters who doesn't want pork bacon, you can use turkey bacon as well. Yeah, it should be just a smoked raw one though. So we let it heat up a bit. And then we are gonna drop the bacon into it. And just let it, leave its taste in our oil. Here we go. So, I find it amazing that you've been to Debrecen. It's a very old university city in Hungary, and but I don't really know a lot of people traveling to Hungary from abroad and going there. On the other hand, they have an airport, right?
I drove there. I drove there with friends. They were doing their entrance exams for the
All
university.
right.
So I actually sat in the university for 4.5 hours waiting for them to write the entrance exam.
Oh, okay. Well, did you study in Debrecen?
No. But
They
they did. The two boys did, who I spent the holidays with. So they showed me
nice.
and they showed me it was really a lot of fun because it was like underwater caves. They showed me, I've got no idea where they were, and then they drove me down to the southern part of Hungary because one of the dads had basically we also went into different country then to the sea because they had a holiday home there, and so we just went all over Hungary basically. Those were the biggest cities we went to.
Perfect.
It was
You have to know the right people.
But the most boring part was sitting 4 hours in a car park in the University of Debrecen.
Oh, okay.
But it was really
okay.
us out afterwards, and he showed us around, and he gave us a tour of the town and explained to us the tour. It was just, I basically got a real tour from people who actually knew the stuff and who lived it.
Nice.
So it was really, really nice. And they
That's
always came to us, so it was kind of always a back and forward, which is the reason why I picked up the name for Ahuva.
Nice, really nice. So when your oil is getting hot, sorry, because my oil is getting hot, you can put 2 small bay leaves into it. You can, you don't have to. First of all, Hungarian cuisine is very flexible. Certain things needs to be in there, certain things can't be in there. And now we're using the bacon. It should be about a big handful of bacon, chopped bacon, or cut in cubes. Bacon which you cut in cubes. Let me just bring you over my pot. Ooh, you can already smell it. I wish I could transmit not only pictures but the senses as well. Okay, so when your bacon is starting to get smaller, then you add the onions and the garlic to it. Stir it once.
What did you do again with the garlic?
I chop the garlic. I just chop it small.
Thank you.
Sure. The combination of the onion and what is it? Bacon is already, oh, nice. That's why my 2 cats just want to come in. I can see them at the door. And not because of the garlic. And not because of the onion either. We are sauteing it. Here we go. See, you are sauteing the garlic and the onion as well. And now you can add the pepper. Just add the pepper, put it over it. Just mix it once. There you go. And while this is sauteing, just get some ground black pepper, and just not too much, just 3, 4 turns, or what you call it, turns on it, and we'll need salt. So I learned cooking from my mom and from my grandma. So we were standing in the kitchen and we never talked about measurements. This is how we cook. We add and then we taste and then we add. Mom always said, just put it in. And I put it in, just add more. And at one point she said, that's enough. So add some salt over it. Because these are the things you can always spice up afterwards. Stir it. There we go. And while this is sauteing and kind of giving out all the aromas it has, you can cover it a bit together, which is what we want. In that time, we can, I don't know if you're using fresh tomatoes or a canned one. If you're using fresh tomatoes, we're gonna cut it in small cubes. I always take the green part out because it is said it's this is where the poisons kind of get together or are gathering or getting together. I'll show you in a second how big I cut it. So actually, this is gonna fall together as well. Oops, my Mac is having some tomatoes as well. Don't put it in yet because the acid of the tomatoes kind of hinders the rest to get soft. Yeah, so we're gonna wait with that. So we're just gonna chop it now. You can use 2, 3 tomatoes. In Hungarian, paradicsom, which is funny because it's the same word what Austrians use, paradisa, instead of tomaten, right? And that's kind of paradise. What do you think about the scent, what is coming out of here? Oh. So you see what I'm chopping here. So my head is cut off, I'm very tall. And I don't have the distances in my kitchen. There we go. So. There we go. Now I'm back. So, and even if I make a bigger portion, we always have leftovers when we cook somehow. And the good thing is Hungarian cuisine is made like that, a lot of dishes are this kind of one pot dishes or kind of soul food. So you can reheat them a lot more, and as more you reheat them, as better they get. And with Lecsó, you can do the same. And one day you can eat it the way we prepare it today. The next day, as I mentioned, you can grill meat or just fry meat on oil in a natural way, like salt and pepper. It can be chicken, it can be pork medallions, it can be tofu. And then when you serve it, you fry some potatoes sliced and put the meat on it and put the Lecsó on it. I don't know if in case you are on Facebook or Instagram, I always post what I cook. And that's the Hungarian style in restaurants. Whenever you go into a Hungarian restaurant and you see pork medallions, Hungarian style. That means the lecsó is on top of it. You can even put it on fish. So it's even served on fish. And that's what makes it a very, very cool dish, because you can use it in a different way. So stir it. You see that it starts falling together. Yeah. It starts falling together, which is very good. This is what we want. And while doing this, I can get rid of my peels. Here we go. And generally, when we cook something in Hungarian, although we say Hungarian cuisine is spicy, I say it can be spicy. I always cook it mild. And when I serve it, I offer everybody the hot stuff to pimp it up. And the nice thing in Hungarian, in the heat of or the spiciness of Hungarian paprika, even if it's a paste or the chunky one, that you have this Scoville measurement. And you can have spicy 6 million Scoville and all these high numbers where you have one drop and you are done for a week because your tongue is burned. Hungarian spices is the way that it's spicy, it's a nice spice, but you can still taste the other flavors around it. And this is what I love in it. So let me see, I'm getting hot in here. Although I have the windows open. Yeah, it starts falling together. I'll show it to you. I put the lid on it still. And then what else do we have? We still have our tomatoes we're gonna use. We have our Hungarian sausage. I have the thin slices for this one, but if you use this one, you can cut it in half-centimeter slices as well. It's very nice, but don't take the very hard one. It should be a bit softer. Exactly, and we have the paprika powder we still have to use. But paprika powder, you should be always careful because it makes whatever you cook, it makes it thicker. But you have to know paprika powder dissolves on oil. So it has to get in connection with oil. But if you just put it in hot oil, then you have to stir it very fast and add some liquid to it. Otherwise, if you don't do it, it might get bitter. I mean, we're not talking about seconds here, but don't let it fry on oil for minutes. Yeah. You see? So it's kind of soft now. We can add the tomatoes. And just stir it. I'm quite sure we still have to add some salt to it. What you can do as well, if you have some tomato paste in it at home, you can use some tomato paste and you make a little hole in the middle of your pot, squeeze some tomato paste into it so it gets in connection with the hot pan, it caramelizes a bit, and then you stir it in. So if you have it, you can use it. I'll check if I have it. No, I used it up. So, but I use my paprika, my ground paprika. Here we go. So what you do now, you add the sausage. That was my oil.
What are you adding right now?
I'm adding the sausage.
Ah, okay.
I added the tomatoes already, and I'm adding the sausage already. There we go. We stir it. I'm very generous with sausage. It adds a nice flavor to it as well. And I love it, of course. It's a Hungarian. You have to. But you can use a chorizo as well. You can use a good Polish sausage as well. But if you have the chance, I don't know, if you have the chance, like you have a Central or Eastern European store, try to get the Hungarian one, just for the sake of it, that you tried the real Hungarian one once. Let me just clean my hands and show this to you. So, and while this is kind of cooking, we'll let it for a few more minutes. Let's just chat a bit. We just opened up our terraces last Saturday. So everybody was happy, of course, because we have almost 40% of vaccinated people in Hungary. Meanwhile, I have to say we are a small country, so we only have 10 million citizens. So we are heading towards 4 million who are vaccinated. And that's why our government decided to open up the terraces. And everybody was happy, but maybe a tad too happy because everything was packed. People around the tables, on the streets, which was fun, but I still think we have to be careful and just do it slowly, step by step. But it was a nice feeling to be out and consume something outside your home, and not only have a takeaway and sit on the bench, but sit down at the table, eat from a plate and not from a box. So it was a very nice feeling. And it was nice weather as well. It was chilly, but very nice weather. So we'll see step by step, everything is gonna open up. I don't know if we're gonna get back to normal or when we're gonna get back, but that was a big step already. And yeah, that kind of, you see, if you are old people who love to travel, so you can relate to that, and I guess you know how it is. Whenever you plan to come to Hungary, though, just contact me. I'm happy to give you a tour, because that's my profile, Nelicious Travels. I'm just mentioning it. In case you are on social media, I'm happy if you follow me. If you have any questions, I'm happy if you drop me a note. So Nelicious Travels. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. We're doing a Clubhouse kind of podcast as well. We just started about food, about what's in your fridge. Tell me what's in your fridge. I help you to cook, or food Q&As. And I post a lot about food, about recipes, about tours, because I organize private tours as well. And yeah, that's always fun. Let me check the chat, because I see I have a few chats. What are your suggestions to substitute for the sausage? No, would love to tell us your suggestions. Oh, okay. I love to eat. We are good friends. Please talk about other names for these peppers. Yeah, so TV pepper or Hungarian yellow peppers. You can use, instead of that, the banana peppers. These are actually the closest, but if you don't get those, and you use the California bell peppers, don't use the green ones. The green ones are too bitter and they're not ripe yet. I would use more yellow, and maybe you can combine it with one red. So 2 yellow and 1 red, or just make it out of the yellow ones. I'm shopping for them in the US. Okay, so I had guests from New York. They joined into my cook along, and in New York, they could get the banana peppers, which are like this, just longer. And if you're from the US, I do have addresses in the US from European shops, Hungarian shops, or Central Eastern European shops. I can recommend you where you can get the sausages or the typical Hungarian ingredients as well, if you wish. Just reach out for me, and I can help you. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah. We're getting there. I'm just thinking, what did I leave off? Yeah. Now we're gonna use our paprika powder. In this case, since we have already paprika in it, we don't need that much. Like this, for the start. And maybe one more. And stir it so it gets in contact with the oil so it can dissolve. And since there is liquid on it already, we don't really need to add anything to it, neither water nor anything else. Yes. So this is how it looks now. I don't know if you can see it from the steam. You can already pour yourself a glass of wine, just to prepare. Now you can take out the bay leaves. I lost my second one. It's gonna show up on one of the plates. Yeah, that looks already very nice. Now what you do, you taste it. I need more salt. Put salt into it. Maybe a tiny bit of pepper. It's very important. We do use ground pepper, but it's never the main taste of Hungarian cuisine. Yeah, the main taste is always garlic, onion, paprika powder. So my dears, how is it turning out at yours? Alfred, is it getting there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very
Smells
nice.
fantastic.
Very nice. Christopher, and I don't know, I'm sorry, your name is not written. Langot.
Constance, sorry. I changed it.
Constance, okay. Nice.
It's doing fine.
Let's just do that now. The complicated method, because we only have one camera.
Oh, nice. Looks good, looks good.
It smells delicious.
Coming along.
Looks very good. Very nice.
Important.
So now we have, as meat eaters, we have bacon in it, we have sausage in it, and vegans didn't put that in, or substitutes. Vegetarians didn't put it in, just have substitutes. What vegetarians can do, and us meat eaters as well, we put eggs on it. You know, just we scramble the eggs over it. So what we do, you take, I don't know, for 2 people, I would take 3 eggs. You kind of beat it up and then pour it over it. But you can do it, you can just take as much out. I don't know how much you cook. You can just put some out of this and just add the egg on that what you are gonna eat right away, because I prefer to put the egg fresh on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take,
You only add what we're gonna eat.
excuse me.
Don't worry, we were talking among one another.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put the egg on that much as we're gonna eat tonight. Here we go. Yeah. And then let's see. Here we go. You just beat it up. Beat it. I don't know if you say beat it up or just beat it. So, and then you will have to add some salt to this as well. And then pour it over it. And just mix it together. That's all. It gets quieter because the egg cools it down a bit. I don't know about you, I'm hungry. I don't know about you. Hope you are gonna eat it tonight. And I'm happy if you give me feedback about it. So that would be really cool. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it. And it's almost done because the egg starts to get solid. But as I mentioned, you don't even have to put the egg on it. I like it, but sometimes I do it without egg. And for example, we have days when we just want to eat vegan. Then we just do it with the veggies. We serve it with the pickles and a slice of bread or a bowl of rice, long corn rice. You can even eat it, of course, with brown rice, or you can make the healthy version as you wish. We're getting to it. I'm getting red cheeks here from cooking.
Do you mix the egg in, or do you just leave it to set on top?
Excuse me?
Do you mix the egg under, or do you just leave it to set on top?
I mix it under.
Okay.
Ich habe es untergerührt, ja.
Too late anyway.
Here we go. Yeah. So you see, and the interesting thing is sometimes dishes are not like, in a Michelin star kitchen, which looks amazing and wonderful, but they taste really amazing. They taste really, really nice. So mine seems to be ready. I turn it off. You can put the lid on it until you are ready to serve it. And my question is, do you have any questions? My question is, do you have any questions?
When was I supposed to put in the paprika?
I already put the paprika on it. So you can
Okay.
put it on it, yeah.
How much?
Normally I do it after I put the sausage in it, and then I put the paprika powder on it, and then the egg. But if you do it afterwards, that's fine too.
A spoonful or?
Yeah. I added 2 of this kind of, what do you call it? Coffee spoon tape, yeah. It depends always on the amount you are cooking. So anybody, any questions? Okay, well, in case you have questions afterwards, drop me a note, write me, you find me under Nelli Hajba or Nelicious Travels on all the social media or on my webpage. And I'm happy to share other recipes with you as well. You can connect with friends and family from all over the world and do an online experience with me as well if you wish, or I'm happy to answer all of your questions. So I hope you enjoy this evening with me. I hope you are gonna enjoy the Lecsó, and guten Appetit, bon appetit, jó étvágyat in Hungarian, and enjoy it and have a lovely evening and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, tschüss, schönen Abend an alle.
Servus.
Servus.
Ebenso, ebenso.
Dankeschön.